So is Lumiere and Vitaly and Analog. It's where HOKORI, they might not have as good team fight as Wildcard, but they have a true tri-core.
Well, we'll see if Boris is going to be the, toss back bully target between Vitaly and Theolacor. Because Yuma, you can harass him, you can slow him down, but in terms of actually killing him, he's mostly untouchable.
Yeah, it's pretty hard and eating a ton of damage. That's where Theolacor boots first. He is definitely looking to look for the nice toss plays into creep waves as opposed to anything else. But yeah, and also Lumiere saving a skill point, just knowing that if he needs to, the Gust is always kind of a get out of jail free card. But also a lane where Devi simply can't fight for denies, so it's really hard for him to shut down. But top,
Take it.
yeah, they get Boris just in the small camp. Of course, gives a free wave over to Yuma under the tower, but just gets caught up by that level 2 from the Tiny. The waiting game is what it's going to be. A waiting game that HOKORI are losing. You know, they're getting aggressive on a Gardic, which is nice, but now they're out of gas, and now Devi, he's going to have to get lifted back here, but not a fun situation to be in. And now Alexo.
He'll be okay. Yeah, Alexo may not. He's going to try to finish the TP. He does make it out, and over on the other side, Vitaly, abilities used in the teamfight description, Boris is making heavy use of this mana burn against the Leshrac and the Tiny. It's paying for itself there as Analog, yeah. He hit 6 just a moment earlier than his opponent. Not a great one at the moment, but Theolacor is going to go for the toss-back play here. They miss with the splitter, though, so Boris has a chance to maybe get out. Well, especially if Yuma's going to throw down a Chronosphere, but I don't know if they have enough damage to actually finish Vitaly off in the aftermath of that. The bash comes through, so Yuma is tempted, but that's not a good idea. Now with Analog in, it's a very, very bad idea. No Sonic Wave up for 5, but they did get the Shadow Strike for the DOT. Can Boris get the deny?
Do you want the deny, though?
Boy. Well, mistakes were made. Theolacor is able to pick up a double. Gardic is going to fall on the other side, though, as Xantic does hit that 6 and goes in with the Rolling Thunder, as we were saying. This is where things get a little bit more dicey, though. They're looking at Lumiere. It's some nice damage coming in, but yeah, they're going to get punished. Multi-shot finishes Devi. What is he still doing there? Well, he's getting greedy. That's what he's doing. And now Theolacor comes in to save the day again. Picks up a 3rd kill across all of this. And at least Alexo's going to be able to walk away. But that's just, honestly, really bad. Devi comes back in. They don't have enough damage from the Pango. And everybody gets punished there.
Yeah, and then just a little bit of miscommunication. Lumiere was squared down, ready to take his death, but then he gets tossed out of the swashbuckle. So they make the play just with nothing. And said before, Xantic is maybe not the scariest hero with just level 6, just the bones of what Pango can do. And now, Wildcard, they're cooking Theolacor. He's just kind of in the trees. They have full vision of him, but Devi, is he going to go down before? I'm trying not to get baited here, but it's not going to be a bait, and it's just going to be a dead Bat Rider. And then the rotation comes in Analog with the DD. He's also spelling trouble for you.
2 down on the side of Wildcard. It looks like Boris is going to be able to walk away. Analog would have to just kind of... Chrono's going to be up in about 12 seconds. Boris is slowly but surely approaching level 6 for Doom. They are trying to make a move onto Vitaly right now, but he is dishing out a lot of damage. But here comes Xantic into the fight, hoping to help. Not before Boris goes down, but with the Rolling Thunder, they will finish the job and make it a trade.
Yep, and they get the kill onto Vitaly. The kill that is going to happen because Vitaly is going to just run at you and try to create space, and space that is allowing for this dive to happen bottom. And hopefully Devi, he let himself get a little bit slowed here. But with the TP in, and actually the cancel. Okay, well, a forced TP. Maybe a little bit of a bait, but it looks like this tier 1's going to go down. But Vitaly can't afford too many deaths like that, especially with Chronosphere back up. This is where they just need to continue to trade their ultis as, Xantic gets caught farming his stack. The ward just too good, sees that stack be made all the way. I think that was a 3 stack that he ended up trying to farm, but really easy kill. And Analog continues to be obnoxious.
Doesn't have mana for Sonic Wave at this point, so Alexo may live here. Shadow Strike is a lot of damage, but it won't be enough. Well, that is some nice damage up top, though. Vitaly going to get himself caught out. Chronosphere deployed, so... Well, ET, you predicted it, right? You get taken down with no Chrono. You try to go back, hoping to just reset the lane. Yuma's able to pop the Chrono, and They used the lasso in there as well, but honestly, I don't think they care. They needed those kills. They're able to get them, and now Xantic is going to go looking for Analog here. He's got a hit with the Rolling Thunder. He gets one down, and they find the kill. And maybe he pays for this. Multi-shot is going to start ticking him low a little bit, but he is not dead yet. Swashbuckles to the high ground. And just like that, you know, Wildcard put together some pretty damn valuable kills, and they're looking for another. Theolacor in the river is not the tankiest of individuals, but now Devi kind of wishes he did have his lasso back up, because without it, there's really no play to be made here. Lumiere's going to get tossed directly on top of that bat, and they will find the pick.
Yeah, get 3 easy kills, move on to the next target.
Vitali feels like farming in the jungle instead. He is pretty close to a Yule Scepter. Could see him finish that off before he makes a move elsewhere, as Theolacor... Well, he's making a run for it here. Dilation is going to hit him up, though, but he's still getting out of Vitali. Set a trap. He's going to go for the Edict first. Gets the slow. Now the Pulse Nova, and yeah, Boris. Little bit greedy. Will be punished for it, and now it's Xantic. Yeah, this is not the spot you want to be. There's the Gust for the silence. No Rolling Thunder, and... Well, one death that should not have happened turns into 2 deaths that should not have happened, and now Devi... Got to be very careful here. Vitali's trying to fake him out. Doesn't commit the splitters just yet. Might need teammates to come in, though. Or maybe not. Vitali's doing a lot of damage. Damn. Theolacor's in, but he wasn't even needed.
And then they take the mid tower, and then now Wildcard have all of their ultimates. Witchblade done. Yule's done on Vitali. The items are there, and look bottom. Vitali shouldn't be allowed to do this, but...
Yeah, Devi is going to go down. Boris, I mean, he had Doom, but he didn't throw it out. There is going to be a counterplay mid, though. Analog gets caught in that... Not in that chrono, actually. They do it without the chrono, so now it's available to maybe try and make a wraparound. Angelier will be lured by the promise of last hits, but there's still a potential fight coming through here. Theolacor wants it. The Doom, though, was applied. They caught out the Leshrac. They're going to catch him out in the chrono now as well. And they will find that kill, and Theolacor... I don't know if you get away from this. There's going to be that War Stomp coming in. Analog, though, TP's to the fight. Wants to save the Sonic for the highest amount of damage, but eventually he does decide to just deploy it onto Boris, get the one kill that they knew that they could grab, but that's not really as valuable. You lost the Lash already. Theolacor goes down, so it's a trade that basically guarantees Wildcard a win.
HOKORI. Otherwise, they will just get the game moving, and this is also very smart. Finishes the pike on Lumiere, move towards the Roche pit, their zombie, abusing and dying a little bit, but this is a very free Roche, one that Wildcard can't really contest without Xantic ready to roll around, so instead, they'll get the trade on the tower, but this is just the first Roche, so not the most impactful. They even give it to the Quap, not onto Lumiere, just so that way Analog has that little bit of a buffer to play around with, but the next set of spells, it's always what we're going to be looking for Wildcard. Devi even slows up his BKB so he can get a Blink Dagger, just so they have another play in their back pocket.
Quick push onto Boris there in the middle lane. Going to be able to find the kill. You're just going to lose space. Right? Giving up support kills is perfectly fine for the time being, but Boris have to continue to farm, or they have to look for a fight. They are going to find one. Devi, though, wants the lasso onto the Drow, and he wasn't really in the best of positions to grab it, but they're still going to try. They get the knockback there from the Flame Break. Gust only really hits onto the Rubik, so Lumiere falls without the use of the lasso, and
this is where if they find the Drow again, this could really ruin Lumiere's game. He's showing on a real big juicy wave top. And again, they used so little.
Chrono is in. That's an easy pickoff. Easy. There we go. Easy pickoff. Yeah, I wasn't worried. They find the play, and now on the other side of the map, okay, it's Xantic's getting hit, great, but the reinforcements are coming. Devi's in, there's the lasso, they catch Vitali. They need a little bit more damage to actually finish him off, though. And, well, hold on a second, because things are getting a little bit dicey. Analog blinks in, suiciding with the Aegis. So what else are they going to get with this? Nothing! They jump in the blink into the Doom. Oh my goodness, Analog thought he was the one laying the trap, ET. He was the target all along. Boris and Yuma just blow him up. Not gonna go too far, but you look at the way HOKORI is advancing here, you gotta be careful, because Wildcard do have enough heroes in the area where if they collapsed, could be in for a rough fight, and sure, there's no Chrono, there's no Doom, there's no Lasso, but You'll have Telekinesis, you have Rolling Thunder. You will not have Telekinesis anymore, though, because Alexo just gets jumped in underneath his own tier 2.
Yeah, and very brave. They're pushing onto these towers, but you do have that chrono coming up in just another 10 seconds here. The real question for Wildcard is, do you want to force Yuma into a fight with him 400 gold away from his BKB? The tier 2 might not be worth it, but of course they don't want to give up buildings, especially when they've got heroes in such interesting positions, and with the TP in, looking for cores. They have vision though. Yuma, watch him.
Xantic's making a move. Going in for the Rolling Thunder. They're going to try to take down Gardic first. The bash comes through from Yuma, so they find that kill. But now Yuma, he's going to get stunned himself. No chance for the... Oh, man. No chance for the Chrono. He's going to get taken down. Xantic now low on HP as well, and this fight's getting a little bit rough. But the lasso was deployed. They caught Lumiere. They'll pull him back under the tower for the kill. But now Theolacore wants in. There's the blink into the Avalanche. Analog blinks in as well. Damage onto the Rubik. They're going to take him down in just a moment.
And they're still hesitant to show him this mid wave. They know if they do, then it kind of announces their presence. But at the same time, if HOKORI get another creep wave up onto the tier 2, then, well, that's going to be the focus on that tier 2.
Tali
back in the chrono.
Okay.
The toss.
Oh, he was close enough for the toss. That's... Yuma has the ability to control time and space, but Theolacore is a very strong rock, so apparently he can toss him out of that. It's lore.
Yeah, that's one of those bullshit interactions that's still in the game somehow. Because, yeah, no, that's extremely unlucky. And that is now your BKB wasted, your chrono wasted. Nobody could follow up because the chrono was the tip of the iceberg there. So it's not like you could chain it out with the lasso or Rolling Thunder. And your longest cooldown now gets kind of wasted. And of course, now smoke up from HOKORI. They know they want a big fight and smoke breaking, but Devi reacts quick enough, just wanting the creep wave. He still has his BKB, but he's certainly going to get forced out of it.
Still has a little bit of time on the Firefly, so he can just get up the ramp, but the BKB doesn't last forever, and Vitaly just keeps on chasing. Defensive Telekinesis attempted by Alex, but the Theolacore is still on him. Avalanche into toss, and not only does Devi die, but he uses the max duration BKB charge, so they still have the big ults to maybe take the fight anyway, but they've got to take it on their terms. They are going to jump in onto the Lash Rack. Vitaly's getting pulled away. There's going to be the Chrono connecting onto 3. They just knocked 2 of them out, though, but it's fine. Everything's still fine. Vitaly does go down. Gardic is going to fall as well, and Yuma jumps away. Theolacore, though, wants to chase, but Telekinesis preventing him from getting anything off. No tossback. Now Xantic's going to come in. The Rolling Thunder connecting multiple times onto Analog, but his teammates aren't really ready to jump back in yet. They need time to reload. So it looks like they're just going to be able to get Theolacore. Analog, though, is still not out of the woods just yet. Ollie blinks in. They're able to get off the... Oh, boy. The stomp, but that's not really enough. I think that's going to be the end of the fight. But ET, that's 3 kills taken. They don't get the Aegis, which, yeah, whatever. You still needed a teamfight win, and they got it. The problem is they used just about everything to get that win.
Yeah, and Boris might just be your free cost, but how free is it? Lumiere getting stuck in a situation where he's going to lose both his lives. That's very real, and he's cliffed, but they're weaving. And okay, they will all escape. It was actually only 2 heroes sticking around there, but they got the Aegis, and massive win for Wildcard. Of course, now it's the opposite end. It's go, go, go time for HOKORI. It's time for them to get their glyph and then push up onto those tier 3s, but they're getting more and more gold per these kills, and the higher level, especially Xantic gets, the less you're going to feel that cooldown on Rolling Thunder. Narrowly dies, or dodges a dive onto him bottom, even though, oh, what a toss!
It's going to pop the Yules. Or the Yules was popped onto him, though, actually. Which,
he's got roll.
Yeah.
So he's out. Oh, there's another Yules.
Another Yules, but here comes Yuma, looking to push into the fight. There may not be a Chrono, but he's starting to get some damage going, and Vitaly, he's just getting bashed to hell. Vitaly's going to get taken down. And Xantic will fall as well before the TP comes through, so at least it's a trade, but we see Gardic finishing off some Guardian Greaves here, so that could help with the durability issue as Theolacore. That's a huge avalanche connecting onto 2. That's both Boris and Devi Lama taken down, and it's Xantic. I don't know what the plan was, but it didn't seem like a good one. He will be taken down as well. Alexo on the run, should not be making it out of here, and that is just 4 dead in the blink of an eye. They go from trying to contest a rune to just losing.
Yeah, just late BKBs coming out from your Batrider, followed up by whatever that was from Exantic,
Mhm.
has now put Wildcard in the worst possible position. Because now 20-second timers, you're going to get glyphed on right now, which isn't worst case scenario, but is still going to feel extremely awkward. Yuma is still the dangerous man. He can still flip this game on its head. And of course, you're going to have another glyph, which will allow your Pango and your Batrider to come back up, but we should see HOKORI just leave, as they know that's the way they throw.
Just gonna try and buy time, but wait reinforcements. See what comes his way, because Wildcard are looking to make a move. That Lotus, though, prevents Boris from going all the way in, but it doesn't stop Yuma. There's the Chrono, but where's his backup? He needs more damage. They are looking for the Leshrac, but they're not able to get him, so they'll shift focus instead. Trying to bring down Gardic. They do finish him off, but Vitaly's starting to go to work. Bloodstone active, acting as the anchor for this fight. Analog jumps in on the backline to take out Divine Llama, and yeah, it's a little bit too broken up for Wildcard. Now they're going to try to make their retreat. They're not all making it out, though. Boris gets hit by the Gust. Lumiere finds that kill, and Analog, how long for Blink? 2 seconds. Yuma's going to try to get out. He's still silenced, though. Slowed now as well, but Alexo's going to pull his teammate back in, and they should be safe.
Yeah, and even though it looks like a good Chrono, you don't get the Undying, and you don't get the Drow. So when it comes down to it, there's just not enough follow-up. Lumiere gets to duck out and hide for a lot of that fight, and especially a lot of the Rolling Thunder, so the follow-up to the Chrono doesn't hit either. And unfortunately, the Chrono even body blocks the Doom from finding any Doom target. So yet again, Doom is still up. Of course, has not found his way into anyone. And the 3 cores, well, they're here. They're ready to go. They're hitting your building. They do get the glyph, but they also need to be defensive. Why give them a 3v4 right now? But the lasso,
Okay.
Vitaly, he ventured. He does have Bloodstone and Lotus still, but bash.
Yeah, the bashes are just going to do him in, and now... Never mind, okay. It's a nice gust from Alexo, but not really one that they can follow up on, or maybe they can. They're sort of looking in that direction, but I don't know if they can catch up anymore. Just going to hold. Behind a tree that is...
Oh boy.
That tree is not big enough to block Doom. That doesn't make sense, but whatever. He's just looking to act as that sort of buffer, but, well, now they need to get back and defend the base. Analog tries to push in. Divide? That was a very aggressive blink with no lasso available, so he goes down. The Rax falls. Guess they did get the Aegis, and, yeah, an Aghanim's blessing that the Faceless Void will keep for himself, but now he's pushing directly into a rough fight. The Chrono's down, but he needs help. Who's coming in? Who can help him out at this point? They didn't get Lumiere. Now they'll doom him, but it's too late. Yuma's already losing that first life, and Lumiere doesn't care. He doesn't give a shit. He's just right-clicking to hell, and everybody is just going down around him as Yuma gets stunned up. Second life, did not have his BKB because he used it the first time, and ET, it has been a while since I have seen a team transition that poorly from Roche attempt into team fight, but there it is.
Yeah, and now, well,
bad.
your Batrider is going to respawn. They just pressed the issue. They pushed into entire HOKORI vision. And now, without the Faceless Void, I think this is at the very least Mega Creeps, but it might just be the game in itself. You have to hope they run into your fountain right now, because there's just nothing to play for. And Exantic showed for a second. Lumiere is quick on the draw, and, well, that's a buyback force out of your Pango. If he dies again, the game is over, but the game might actually just be over. There's no glyph. There's no reason for them to go for another lane. There's no Doom once Boris goes alive. He's just another hero to blink in and stomp and then die to Lumiere, who will just chunk through you, BKB or not. I mean, this is just it. You have to roll and do something, but there's just not enough game left.
Yeah, it's already too late. It feels like Boris is going to try to push in, but he's lost, really, just about all of his health. HOKORI are maybe focusing a little bit too much on these heroes as opposed to the Ancient itself, but you feel like it doesn't really matter. Exantic will still fall. Boris goes down. There's the GGs, and HOKORI, well, they'll close out their group stage run, at least on a win, but a performance like this, ET, in this game that ended up not mattering really kind of makes you ask some big what-if questions going back to Game 1.